Go.
Hi, I'm here to talk about Betty White and a pioneer for women in entertainment. Betty White was born in Oak Park, Illinois, and she is the daughter of an electrical engineer and a homemaker. She moved to Los Angeles at the age of 2, and after high school, she became a lead actress at the local playhouse. She eventually worked her way up to radio programs and the burgeoning new medium, television. She has been a household name for decades. The popularity of her show, The Golden Girls, is still in syndication today. There have been hundreds of memes about her, and in 2010, there was a large push for her to appear as the host of Saturday Night Live. I've been watching Betty White since I was a child. During the summers, I would stay with my grandmother and we would watch reruns of The Golden Girls together. I didn't get the jokes all the time, but I did love her presence. She was very uniquely herself. She had quite a few setbacks, as many others do, in this line of work, as well as her personal life. She had been married 3 times. Once during World War II, she married an Army pilot. And it turned out that it didn't quite work out for them because he wanted to be a farmer and he lived in Ohio, and it was just not a life she was ready to embrace. Her second husband, Lane Allen, wanted her to raise a family with him, and she just wasn't interested in that life. So after 2 years, they had divorced. Her third husband, Alan Lubbard, died very young of stomach cancer. She never remarried after him because he, as she put it, was the love of her life. Children were not a personal priority for White. She never had the urge to have children, but she did have 3 stepchildren that, in her words, she inherited from her final marriage, and they remained very close even after their father's passing. White's career took off after the death of her third husband. She had landed the role of Rose Nyland in The Golden Girls, who, like her, was a widower, and she said that it helped her with her grief and gave her the confidence she needed to restart her career. She had another resurgence in 2010 after a massive social media push for her to become the host of Saturday Night Live, and she then became known as America's Grandma. White remained immensely popular until her death on December 31st of 2021. She was just 3 weeks shy of her 100th birthday. She was a pioneer for all women in entertainment. In 1952, she became one of only 2 women to have creative control behind the camera when she co-founded her production company, Bandy Productions. White also became the first female television host of a show called Hollywood on Television. She was the first woman to produce a national TV show. She was the first woman to star in a sitcom. She was the first woman to ever get an Emmy nomination. And she was the first woman to ever appear on television. She was part of an experimental broadcast in the 1930s. Along with her many accolades and awards, White also holds the title for longest television career at 80 plus years. We've explored Betty White's life and her accomplishments, but now I'd like to reflect on how she inspired me and what her impact on the world was. While appearing on The Golden Girls, she, along with her castmates, tackled tough social issues of the time, like the AIDS epidemic, gay rights, or LGBTQIA as they are known today, the Cold War, interracial marriage, addiction, homelessness, immigration, aging, and chronic illness. She was an outspoken advocate for LGBTQIA youth programs, gay rights, marriage, and she spoke of diversity and inclusion. She condemned racism and homophobia on a national stage during a time when it was very much frowned upon. Many in her situation would avoid these options against her fame. Instead, she used her fame to preach about inclusion and togetherness and respect. She was an avid animal lover and activist. At an early age, White's family instilled a deep love of animals, and at one point in her childhood, she had a shocking 26 dogs. White sat on the board for the Greater Los Angeles Zoo, Since opening in 1966, White donated her time, money, and fame to dozens of animal charities, including the ASPCA Best Friends Animal Sanctuary, the American Humane Society, to name a few. Since her passing, the Betty White Challenge has been issued to her fans, and it has garnered $1.8 million as of this speech. As a child, it was hard for me to find my place as a young closeted lesbian. I was afraid of the world around me and of what may mean for me to come out. Watching Betty White publicly support people like me at a time when it was very much frowned upon was very freeing. I could be who I wanted. She never took herself too seriously. She found a way to be lighthearted and fun. I wanted that in my life, so I emulated her. I always wanted to be witty, friendly, and sharp like she was. I owe a lot of my sense of humor to Betty White. As an animal lover myself, she was always a comfort to see how excited she was over every animal in her presence, even the not so popular ones like lizards and spiders. She gave everyone a fair shake, both humans and animals alike. I find that quite beautiful. She was a gifted comedian with an enormous heart, and I would like to share with you a quote from Betty White. There's no formula. Keep busy with your work and your life. Replay the good times. Be grateful for the years you've had. She lived her life with gratitude and respect. These are qualities that I hope to carry throughout mine. Thank you very much.